Over the last 10 weeks, I've been converting my dark, damp garage into a luxury home gym and YouTube recording studio. Let's take a look how it turned out. I'll show you some clips of what the garage looked before I started, and I want you to guess how much do you think the total build cost was, and I'll reveal it at the end of the video. So this is a multi-purpose space for me, doubling as a YouTube workout recording studio. You can see I've got the softbox lights permanently set up and the tripods, and this is where I record from. So this end of the room I tend to keep clear for recording, while as when I'm working out for myself personally in between videos, I have to have everything stored on the walls to allow space to record. So as you can see, I've got this folding rack here, which I actually had to chop the top off in order to fold into the wall. All the plates have to be stored on the wall to maximize that floor space. If you come over to this side, I've got one of these vertical dumbbell stacks. Now I see these as a tripod stack, but I've actually screwed this one into the wall, and these have bigger gaps than your average stack, so I can hold some of the larger dumbbells on these. Most vertical stacks will just do the 1 to 10 dumbbells, but I need ones that can host the bigger ones. Folding bench, and actually this is a barbell attachment which doesn't even come with this bench, but I found that it fits perfectly for being able to store the bench on the wall. Another great feature that I use a lot when I'm training myself is this cable pulley. So I've screwed little hooks into the woodwork around, which just gives me space to store things like my microphones, my lifting straps, sleeves. I really do recommend just putting some hooks around the gym for the bits and bobs that you might want to store. I've got a few dumbbells here, still using the old school spin lock ones at the moment until I get some of the heavier dumbbells arrive, but they work for function, and I resprayed them with some black spray paint to stop the rust damaging the mats. So for this gym, I wanted a luxury aesthetic, so I've included some features that aren't needed but do make this space feel a bit more premium. I've got these AccuPanels. Now, these are good for two reasons. One, I think they look awesome, but two, they also help with the audio on the recording, stopping any reverb off the walls. They were very expensive though. They're basically like a felt backed with these slats which look like oak, but I think they're actually covered MDF. But they look really good, easy to put on and very lightweight. Now I wanted some LED, as you can see down here. Now the ones that actually came with the panels from the company, I think they cost £600 just to get 4 beams of light. So I thought I can make that myself out of some Amazon products. So I compiled what I needed, managed to make it work. I wanted it wireless, so all the wires run under the floor. I cut channels in the underlay mat to run the wires, and they go to the plugs. So it looks pretty seamless, and I think it looks great. One other feature that makes it a bit more luxury, although you can't even see it in the workout videos most of the time, is that this is a textured wall. So I found it's basically like a Venetian plaster. It's called concrete effect plaster, just to give it some texture to the wall, which I personally like. It is a small detail that I appreciate myself. Now, if you look at the mats as well, although in the past for other gyms I've used stable matting, which is the most cost-effective way to floor lay a gym, I wanted to go with the proper gym mats for this. These are 1 by 1 meter, 18 mil thick gym mats, which just give that nice clean look. I don't really like those speckled mats. I like the plain matte ones, and they do look really good. So let's break down the costs. Now, the roof externally costs £250. The internal roof actually cost £500. That's insulated plasterboard. It's fairly pricey. The walls came to a total of £1,000 because of the AccuPanels, the render, the OSB boards, turning it from breeze blocks into a more luxury aesthetic. Now, the dumbbells and the bench and some of the things I purchased gym equipment wise came to £750. LEDs in the AccuPanels were £115. And I got a bargain on these mats and some of the equipment for £250. I really recommend looking second hand for gym equipment if you can. There's loads out there and it'll save you a lot of money. So total cost of this was £2,865 for the conversion. That's $3,560 US, which for me felt like quite a lot, but actually it's well worth it. It gives me somewhere to work, somewhere to train from home, so I can see my family a lot more. Do you want to hear more about my journey from gym cleaner to personal trainer to gym owner and now part-time YouTuber? Then click on this video right here and hear my story.